The running back landscape's awful. We have 6 teams on bye. We got some running backs injured. The Rams, we do not know what they're doing at running back. We've been trying to peg this down all week. And a lot of people want me to talk about Myles Gaskin. I'm getting questions in the comments. I'm actually getting people to ask me to do a you need video on him. So we're going to be doing that right now. We're going over the news, the facts, the data to see whether or not you need him for fantasy football so you can make your decision. But what you need to do, though, is click that subscribe button right now. Tap it with your finger on your phone, click it with your mouse, whatever you need to do, because we're covering these deeper prospects every day, going over the numbers, the advanced metrics, whatever we can find to help you set your lineups, help you win your trades, and everything else. But let's look in Myles Gaskin's real quick, see what's going on. Kyren Williams, Ronnie Rivers are out, and they're going to be out for a bit. And this Rams backfield has to turn and burn because we got a huge void with Kyren Williams out of the lineup. So they signed Darrell Henderson to the practice squad, brought up Royce Freeman, signed Myles Gaskin off the Vikings practice squad. Looks like he's going to be getting some opportunity as well. He's on the 53-man roster. Darrell Henderson's on the practice squad for now, but he was with the team last year and years prior and has been productive. We listened to Sean McVay talk a couple videos ago, and he likes Henderson. He likes Henderson back on the team. The rest of the coaching staff seems like they're very interested in Gaskin. They're not talking much about Royce Freeman, as he's an incumbent from the practice squad. However, we're looking at Gaskin today because a lot of people are inquiring about him. A lot of people are asking about him. We do not have any production on the season. He's been chilling on the practice squad. He was with the Dolphins, not there anymore, but he has been productive throughout his career, especially with the Dolphins. Had some upside weeks throughout his career in 2021 and 2020, 2022. Not the greatest year for him, but still, we have some recent productivity to his name. He averages 12.2 fantasy points per game. Something to look at if he gets some opportunities sooner than later with this team. If things start to click, he's got to learn the offense. He's got to get himself established. He's got to work his way up the depth chart. So there are some things that has to fall his way and some things he needs to do before he starts seeing touches in this offense. But looking at the production metrics here, when he was at Miami, in 2020, 584 rushing yards, 2021, 612, so he can be productive. He can get it done in a short bit. Also, used in the passing game in each of those seasons, 41 catches, 49 catches. That is an indicator that he can fit in this offense. Kyren Williams, used in the passing game. You can put Gaskin in there, use him in the passing game. Maybe it's Henderson and him as a 1-2 punch. Maybe Zach Evans does a little bit of something, and they use Gaskin. I know by watching Sean McVay talk that he's very excited about Henderson, and it sounds like the coaching staff's very excited about Gaskin. After the chips fall, it could be those two running backs a couple weeks from now, and they're sharing the workload and Gaskin being used in the passing game a little bit. I could see him catching passes out of this backfield, but he does have to work his way up the depth chart. He does have some upside, though, but there are some things in his way. We got some roadblocks. But looking at him, 5'9", 205 pounds, 7th round pick in 2019. Not a stud prospect, but good enough to get the job done because we've already seen it. Looking at the athletic specs here, 4.58, 40-yard dash, good enough burst score. Everything's good enough to get the job done. Actually, everything's better than Kyren Williams when it comes to speed and burst. So if he's catching passes out in the flat, they might get a little bit of extra yardage out of those touches. Looking at this offense, they need somebody to step up. We got Kyren Williams out. We got Ronnie Rivers out. Now we're looking at Zach Evans as the incumbent. Late round pick from the 2023 draft class. Has tons of talent. Very inconsistent player. He only has 41 pass blocking snaps in 3 years at the collegiate level. Not used much in the pass blocking department. Might make him not dependable to the coaching staff. Something we need to think about here. Evans has all the gusto, all the upside for days, but if he can't nail down the consistency, if he can't be reliable, then they're going to be looking to some of these other options, and they grab those options quick. They got Gaskin quick. They got Henderson back quick. They moved up Freeman quick. And think about this, back in 2017 when Todd Gurley went out for the season, They signed C.J. Anderson off the street and immediately gave him the workload. So whoever's the hot hand, whoever's working, is probably going to get the workload automatically. Probably going to be getting those touches. So whoever starts off hot, looks good in practice, is probably going to be the guy. And right now we have a lot of cards to shuffle here. We don't know. We have a lot of questions. But now looking at the opportunity of each player, when you think of Gaskin, he can catch the ball in the backfield. He works well with this offense. He looks like a player that could gel and be an instant successor. Maybe split the backfield up a little bit and could be used in passing downs. Maybe get you a little bit more than that due to his burst. And you look at Zach Evans. Everybody's looking at him because of the upside. We look at Henderson because he's the incumbent. He's been there. He's been productive here. Royce Freeman's kind of scary, little plotter between the tackles, but maybe he gets you some touchdowns. Now we're looking at Gaskin. Catches the ball in the backfield. We got some athleticism, got some upside. He's dirt cheap, probably sitting on waivers. So if you need a lottery ticket, you may want to look at him. He's cheap upside because if he fits in this offense, they're using him in the passing game. He's running a lot of routes. He's seeing some targets, and that might get you something. However, you may not need him because you don't need to speculate. This running back depth chart is gross. It's ugly. You may not want to touch it. Evans has the upside, and if you want a lottery ticket with immense upside, that might be your guy. Gaskin has some upside as well. Henderson could be the guy as well. As we know, he can be productive in this offense. Royce Freeman is the guy that's the scariest, but he could be just the goal line back and get you something every other week due to crossing the goal line as this team can move the football. But it's an ugly backfield. I look at him as a speculative asset, as a lottery ticket. He has some upside, can be used in the passing game, does have some burst. We just got to see what happens in this offense. We'll know rather quickly. I bet they throw the ball more in this matchup against the Steelers, as this matchup indicates they should really contest the passing game. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. Catch you on the next video.